What's good? All right. So I'm kind of just sitting here in my room doing nothing, and I'm about to go to bed. But it's been literally a month since I made a video. Um, and yeah, I just haven't really updated on my trading. This month was, I just wasn't really focused on trading as much. I still traded every single day pretty much, but I'm just gonna come here and update you guys. So this month I did get $12,000 in payouts, as you can see right here. This is 4K on the 24th, then 4K on the 14th, and then another 4K on the 3rd. So all my payouts this month were from my funded futures. I did not get any payouts from topstep. I will talk about that in a second. But today I'm just gonna probably just try to drop some sauce, I guess, on I'm not really happy with my where my trading's at, but I know that there's bits of wisdom that I could definitely tell you guys who, some of you maybe you get a payout every once in a while. Some of you maybe you don't get payouts at all, and you just don't understand how to get there. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that, but first I'm just gonna give a quick update on my trading. So this month I has break even pretty much, uh, and it's completely my fault. Like I do think that the last 2 weeks of the month were just atrocious in terms of, for me at least, I just did not really like. I mean, first of all, this entire run up here, like, there's pretty much no trades because we just went straight up, and then like this area. I mean, I think there were good trades in this area. Like, this right here is definitely a good trade. Like, I remember I did take a win here, I think, but because like once we react off this low that hard, yeah. But I just kind of wasn't on top of my discipline this month, and I wasn't sleeping well. I wasn't making good decisions, so that really got to me. I ended up blowing way, way, way too much money on, a ton of evals. I did do a set of 20 Apex accounts, which I got close. I got really close to getting a 30K payout on those, but it didn't work out. Which would have really made the difference, but it's whatever. And then I had top step accounts with $3,000 in balance, and instead of trying to just go for winning days. Like I took three losses in a row, and I didn't have much left on the accounts, and then I just like did some stupid things and lost them. But then I had another set of top steps that I literally lost like four times in a row. So I'm not. It's definitely like, yeah, it's been a rough month, but break even. Thankfully, got the my fund of futures payouts, and this next month I'm planning on. I have this 2.5K live account. I'm gonna just trade one micro on there, just try to collect some data on my actual edge. And I have these 10 accounts that I just passed. So I have 10 my fund of futures accounts that I passed. I spent 2.1K to get them. So it literally took me three tries, which is terrible, by the way. That is not, well, it's fine. Like, it's fine, but it's just not ideal. And again, discipline issues, really got to tackle that this month. But, and then I have these, I just did this tonight actually, half passed. Um, I'm, I'm trading 10 at once, which is ridiculous, but hopefully we can just pass in one try and like, that'd just be insane. Like if we just pass these tomorrow, really nice, but we'll see what happens. I'm not afraid of spending a little money to try to make a little money. Okay, so anyways, now that that's my update on how my trading's going, yeah, I think I have an edge. I think that it requires me to be very sharp, and it requires me to be very present on top of my sleep, on top of my diet, my workouts, everything. So now that that's out of the way, let me just give you guys some genuine advice. I feel like I've been posting more of like personal trading, reflection, update, whatever, but I have genuine things that probably could, like, single handedly, if you change your mindset like this, could single handedly literally turn you profitable. Like once I realized some of these things, I stopped losing money instantly, okay? Because I think that what people don't realize is how much psychology it is. So much psychology, and I there's literally mathematical proof behind it. But if you guys are switching sides, so if you, let's say you have fresh funded accounts, okay, strategy I like to go for is day one on the funded account, I will go for 100 point trade with one mini, okay, because you have 2K and drawdown on 50K. So you go for a 100 point trade, you're already at 2K balance. So on my funded futures, right, you theoretically 100 points to 100 points, you have a 50% chance of winning, right? So if this wins, right, there should be no reason on the core accounts that you do not get to the if you're on 5 accounts, I'm on 5 accounts, $4,000 payout, okay? Because if you think about it, you just need $100 winning days. So you literally, every day you log on, you risk 100 to make 100. So you have a 50-50 chance. If you flip a coin, you literally have 50-50. And you log on every day and do that. And the long run expected value of that is zero. It's zero, okay? Net, like maybe you have a little bit lower expected value just because of fees, but that shouldn't matter at all, okay? If you have $2,000, there should be no way you don't get a payout. No way. Unless you're doing something stupid, risking more than 100, trying to turn every day into a green day, okay? So, but you guys should have a 50% chance of getting a payout on funded accounts. But I know damn well that you guys get payouts on way less than 50% of your funded accounts, okay? So just think about that for a second. Like, you're doing something wrong. You are destroying your edge because I know for a fact that you're going long and then it goes 20 points into drawdown and you're switching sides and you're realizing those losses all over and over again. And next thing you know, you only have 50 points of drawdown and you're like, oh shoot. So that's one of the things. Like, literally, do not switch sides. You just go with it. You understand that you have placed your trade, you let the probabilities play out. If you do that on these 50K core accounts and on the 50K combines, right? You should not have lower than a 30-ish% pass rate. If you do, it literally means that you have an inverse edge. And if you have an inverse edge, in a way that's an edge. That's another thing I wanted to share is I've noticed that I actually do have I believe I have an edge, but when I'm not like locked in, when I'm trading just like on the lower time frames, I literally have an inverse edge. So I think that the markets are designed that way. So, but that's the only way. The only way it's possible for like Wall Street to take away your money, okay, by like betting on you losing is like, if you think about it, if there's a good chance that everyone's going to lose money, then that means there has to be some sort of inverse edge being created. And if there's an inverse edge being created, then there needs to be an edge. So that's something that I believe in. Do not switch sides. You should not have lower than a 30% pass rate, and you should not have lower than a 50% payout rate. That being said, that only is true if you're using, max sizing, if you're trying to pass in 2 trades, which is what I do. And if you're going for a big trade for the very first trade, if you're risking like $500 a trade and you're trying to build it up slowly, that is another way to trade if you genuinely believe you have an edge in the long run. But in the beginning, if you just want to like stop losing money, which is, I was so stressed out before losing money, and this way of thinking has allowed me to stop losing money. So please implement this, okay? Like, if you'll notice yeah, guys, I did like do some bad stuff here. We lost a lot of money, which is why this month was break even after 12K in payouts. Like, it's just so bad. Are these okay? So these are the funded accounts that I didn't get a payout on. These I should have gotten a payout on. Yeah. If you'll notice, hold on. No, these are evals. Where's my last funded accounts? Bro. Start date. Oh shoot, these are. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find them. Oh, I should be looking at the title. Sim funded. Yeah, these. If you'll notice here, I got a big trade on the first day, and then I just went for winning days. Right? Just do this. Literally, your first day. Honestly, if you're only going for $1,000, which is what I did, because I'm very confident that I can get those $100 days pretty easily. Like, on any of these days, I did not go into more than like $200 of drawdown to get those $100. That's very important, because one time I usually cap myself at 300, but one time I like didn't cap myself, and then I lost the entire account. It's like 100 points against me. I had $2,000 in the account. I was so mad at myself, but Don't do stuff like that, guys. Literally, do stop destroying your edge. This is terrible. I just realized how many accounts I've went through, but it's part of the game. Hope to. There was a lot of discipline related errors where it's just like emphatically not edge. It's just discipline that messed me up last month. So if the more of those you can eliminate, like the better you can do. So really, this month, uh, gonna do my best. Gonna collect data on the live account. If you guys have any questions about like strategy or anything, honestly, I'd really appreciate it if you guys would just subscribe and follow along with my journey because I'm not someone who just wants to be a trader. Like I want to make it in life. I want to utilize my abilities and my, you know, what I feel like has been gifted to me by God. And I'd appreciate if you guys just follow along with the journey. Like I might be starting a business. I'm trying to join a, I'm trying to grow this Discord community. Like I want to explore my hobbies and passions in life and just do cool stuff. So if you guys, I'd love to help any of you guys with your trading. Ask away questions, comments in the Discord, whatever. But I also would really appreciate if you guys would subscribe and just follow along. But yeah, that's it for today. I'll give you guys more updates as the month comes along. Hopefully we do well. Um, Honestly, getting off to a good start because I have these 10 past accounts and then 10 half past with topstep. If I do that, then I might just not spend any more money for the month. I'll have spent like $4,000, and yeah, even just one payout would cover it. So yeah, see you guys in the next one.